Welcome to Exploding Christmas with Miss Kerrie and
Miss Jen, and this is our video series through December here, where we will provide you with some entertaining information and do some fun science experiments, including some that you can pick up here at the John McIntyre Library to take home.
remember to register so you can be sure to get our Take and Make kits with these science experiments. And these are all Christmas themed. So to start out with, we are actually going to be making our own Christmas tree. We're going to do that by growing crystals on a cardboard Christmas tree. Now, as you can see, I've already cut this one out. So I'm going to take it apart and show you how you do it. So what you do is you take the back of an old notebook and or a cereal box, as you said before, which you did.
Tag board.
Tag board, yes. And what you do is you cut out a tree shape. It doesn't really have to be perfect because we're going to be growing crystals on it. And then what you'll want to do is cut a slit from the top of one and from the bottom of the other so that they fit together, like so. And they even stand up. So that is our first step. The second, we're going to combine a bunch of chemicals. Now, would you mind pouring? And I'm going to get my gloves on actually first. This is an experiment that
Safety first.
that requires a lot of chemicals. So make sure you have an adult and you wear gloves and your goggles.
And protective clothing, because you don't want to splash this on yourself. So we've got our lab coats on here.
All right, and we're going to start out with salt.
So we use salt first.
Yes. All right, so we're going to do, I'm going to hold that one.
I'll hold the spoon.
Yes.
So it's 3 tablespoons of salt.
Here you are. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to use 3 tablespoons of liquid bluing.
Liquid bluing is a laundry aid, so you'd find it in the laundry aisle where the detergents and fabric softeners are. It's supposed to help whiten whites.
Hold it a little lower.
Oops. And you definitely want to make sure, like I said, you're wearing protective clothing or old clothing.
Yeah, we spilled this on the table and it got everywhere.
Yes, it's supposed to whiten your whites, but it might stain your whites before it does that.
And then we'll use 3 tablespoons of water. Okay.
Ooh.
Here you go.
Dip it.
Yeah, let's dip it instead. I'll just clean that out. 1, 2, and 3, and top off that first one. Okay, and then we're going to use 1.5 tablespoons of ammonia.
Now, ammonia is a very harsh cleaning chemical, so this is why you want to wear gloves and some protective eyewear.
Maybe do this in the kitchen.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to do 1.5. We're just eyeballing the half. All right, and then I'm going to mix this while she explains the chemical reaction that we're doing.
Salt and ammonia, when you combine them, they make crystals grow. And the ammonia actually helps draw up the colored water through the salt, and it opens it up through some tiny little tubes called capillaries. And then the liquid bluing will actually change the structure of those crystals. Salt is sodium, which is an element, and anytime that it's combined with any other kind of element, like with hydrogen, with our H2O, it will actually cause crystals to grow. And this is an experiment that you can do at home. It's definitely not going to be one where you see immediate results. You're actually need to let this sit for a few days before you might start seeing results. It can start to happen, I think, in as little as 9 or 10 hours. So you could try it overnight.
I'm just
definitely keep it away from small children and pets because of the chemicals that we're using.
Yeah. And then an optional thing you can do is you can add food coloring all around your tree because it will show through your crystals.
Your crystals will have a bluish tint, but you'll also still be able to see the green through them.
And if you remember what colors make green, blue, and yellow, you'll also see a little bit of shades of yellow and blue. Because the green will separate a little bit, as well as green. So yeah, we'll be taking film of this every single week that you meet with us. So
we can check in on it and see how it's growing.
Yeah. Next, we'll be going outside to make an explosion happen. You want to explode Santa?
Let's explode Santa.
Yeah!
Welcome back to our fun science experiments. Right now, we are preparing to explode Santa. So, we're going to explain what we're going to do because after we cause the chemical reaction, we got to run.
Get on out of here.
So what we have here is a baggie with Santa. We have vinegar, toilet paper, and baking soda. And of course we have glitter and food coloring, because what's a science experiment without a little bit of glitter and food coloring, right? So what we're going to do is mix up these chemicals, and they'll cause a chemical reaction in the bag that will cause the air in the bag to expand. The chemicals, when you combine vinegar and baking soda, create carbon dioxide. Now you see the carbon dioxide will start to bubble up and then eventually make Santa pop. All right, so here we go. We need half a cup of vinegar. I will let you pour, my dear.
And the reason we're wearing gloves and goggles is that vinegar can actually splash in your face and your eyes and it would sting. Whoops.
Or all over the concrete.
That's why we're outside.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and add our food coloring and get our chemicals out of the way. All right, we got some glitter in there. Yes, glittery Santa. All right, and then we're just gonna set this aside. And then what we're going to do is create a pocket with our toilet paper. I know, weird. We need 4 level teaspoons, perfectly level. 1, 2, 3, and if you have at home, you have a butter knife, that's great to level off. And or you could just use your finger, whichever you're comfortable with. Especially since you should already have gloves on.
4.
All right, so now what I'm gonna do is try to gingerly create a little pocket. So I'm gonna fold the sides over, and then she is going to open the baggie back up because I was a goofball and close it completely. All right, and then move your chemicals out of the way before you do this.
Move everything out of the way. Including yourself. No.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop this in, and she's gonna close it up real quick, and then I'm gonna shake it up. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you can already see that it's starting to react.
And then do that, and then get out of the way, go away! You see the chemicals starting to react, all the bubbles in there. You can really see that bag starting to expand, can't you? And in just a second or two, it should pop. Okay.
I have to shake it up a little bit, but try to get your distance. We're socially distancing from this bag.
All right, we're gonna try one more time and see if maybe we didn't add enough baking soda. See, we've tried this a couple times, but Santa is resilient and does not want to explode. So we're gonna try it one more time because I can see that the air pressure is releasing a little bit. So I could go like this, and make it pop. but for some reason, he didn't want to pop on his own. He really wanted to make it through to Christmas. All right, so my lovely assistant would join me again.
All right.
I have one more bag of Santa. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add our food coloring. And this time I might leave out the glitter. Remember, it is half a cup of vinegar.
Whoops. I slosh it everywhere, don't I?
You're gonna slosh one into the other. It's gonna be fun.
Just a teensy bit. All right.
Yep.
And then 4 level tablespoons,
And then this
or
time,
teaspoons of
we're just going to, oh, wait. We're gonna put it into the bowl, and then I'm just gonna
One.
drop it into there.
Another great way to level it is to just drag it along the side of a bowl. 2.
You might need to add a little bit of extra because you added extra vinegar.
4, and just a stitch more. About a half a teaspoon.
Yeah. All right,
All
move the
right.
chemicals out of the way. All right, let's see if we can get Santa to explode this time.
Wow!
And here we go.
Ah! He exploded!
Yay!
As you can see, Santa's now all over the ground, fizzing out everywhere, which is definitely why you want to do this experiment outside.
Spreading his Christmas magic.
Is that what we call it? Okay.
All right, well, let's go back inside to do our last experiment.
It's chilly out here.
Welcome back. So our last experiment involved a lot of experimenting. So we tried different kinds of materials for this. What you're going to need is a balloon and a big mess.
Yes.
So our first idea was to make the tinsel float, which you can sometimes achieve, but with this type of material, it actually is best to pick it up using static charges.
Yes. So this is just tinsel icicles that you can pick up at any store that sells Christmas decorations. And when I was a kid, my parents hated when we put these on the Christmas tree. Number one, you do have to be careful if you're using them because don't use them around small babies or if you have pets because they can get them in their mouths and choke on them.
And it can get stuck in their tummies.
Yes, that's not good. But if you don't have pets or small babies in your house, you might want to use these to decorate your tree. They do make a terrible mess though. But we figured out a way to clean them up.
So what we're going to do is create a static charge on our balloons. So the tinsel over here on the table, which you may not be able to see as clearly, but assure you it's there, just like you'll find in your carpet about 6 months after Christmas.
Yes.
So this has a positive charge. What we're going to do is we're going to rub it on our shirts, which will create a negative charge. We'll do that vigorously for
We
about
could rub it on my head.
Oh, you can rub it on her head. Okay, she's gonna rub it on her head. I'm gonna rub it on my belly.
All right.
For about 20 seconds, you'll want to rub vigorously. It helps if you dance. I'm just gonna say that. And if you have a wool sweater, it makes the charge even better.
100% wool.
If you start to notice that you're feeling a little bit of tingle shocks on your tummy, that means you've got a really good charge. Look, I already caught a piece of tinsel. So when you're ready, when you can feel that charge, you take your balloon and you put it over the ground and it'll start to pick up all of the tinsel for you. So no more using the vacuum and getting caught in the vacuum.
It does make a big mess.
Check it out.
It definitely clings. I actually think I picked up most of the tinsel in front of me.
Well, your hair is just much better statically charged than my stomach. Now
Which
you
is
know,
why
that's part of the
actually,
experiment.
if you want to do the experiment, it is best to use 100% wool. If you have a wool sweater or a coat or a blanket, probably just something to do with that being a natural material and the ions.
And this material you can also find on a lot of garlands that they make. They cut it into small strips, which can shed.
Like my hair.
All right, well, I hope you guys have a good time with this. We did try to get the pieces to float away, but we are just having no luck with that.
That's why it's called an experiment.
Yep. All right, so as you can see, our tree is starting to draw up some moisture, and that was just after a half hour of us letting it sit. So we hope you have a good time with that experiment at home, and we'll take some more shots of it next time. Next time will be every Tuesday in December.
On Facebook, on the library's Facebook page. So remember to follow Muskingum County Library System and like our page on Facebook.
And don't forget to go to our website and sign up so that you can be sure to get one of our fancy take and make kits so you guys can try the experiments at home with your families.
We'll see you next time.